Hi, my name is John Farrell. I'm a patent attorney. Welcome back to my channel. Have you ever felt pressure to make a rush decision? To decide before you were really ready? To buy or to hold? To sign or to walk? To put up or shut up? Sure, we all have. And lawyers are notorious for creating these artificial deadlines because we know that time is a deal killer. To make deals happen, all parties know that it's important to strike while the iron is hot, to keep the momentum alive and to move as quickly as possible to closing before negative inertia and negative doubts begin to overtake the negotiations. To make deals happen quickly, we all tolerate artificial scarcities of resources, options, and time in a world where we're forced to make more and more complex decisions over buying houses and cars and businesses. We increasingly feel the bum's rush at every turn. My law school contracts professor was an old and worn philosopher who gladly dispensed grizzled bits of hard-earned pithy wisdom. A constant reservoir of street law advice such as possession is 9/10 of the law, or contracts are made to be broken. I love that one. And one that I think is great advice when being pushed to close a rush deal. He would say, when in doubt, don't. It's this when in doubt, don't nugget that I want to talk about in this video. I've come to learn that sometimes when you're sitting at the table, shaking pen in hand, and you know it's time to fish or cut bait, sometimes you just need to put down the pen, push back from the table, and take a moment to cut bait. If we hear whispering voices, raising cautions and uncertainties about entering a deal or taking that next step, we should stop for a moment and let those voices have their say. We can gain wisdom from crowds and wisdom with time, and we should hear the crowds out, even if it's just the voices in our mind. As humans, we're inherently good decision makers. Thousands of generations of natural selection and white-knuckle survival have delivered us to a point of amazing cognitive skills. Each is blessed with a 24-hour private access to the world's most powerful model of neural supercomputer, the one located between our own ears, capable of working on even the most complex of human decisions. And our human brain computer is not unlike the computers that we're used to using and working with daily, only infinitely more powerful. Incoming information is organized and then operated on by a set of rules or compared to a set of known prior examples, and a result is computed. If you're having feelings of doubt about a decision you're trying to make, it can seem like the pinwheel in your mind is just going round and round. If we can compare the operation of a computer with our biocomputer, one of three things seems to be happening when we're having these feelings of doubt. Number one, your computer is saying you need more or better input, or more or better information. It's like the computer is just sitting there waiting for you to type something. Or two, your brain needs more time. The pinwheel is still going around and around. The computer's still processing. Or three, the bits of information you've provided your mental computer are just not producing logical results. In programming, we call this garbage in, garbage out. And your internal error checking algorithm is telling you to try inputting something different. This reminds me of the robot named Gunter in the 1960s TV show Lost in Space. that would despairingly shake its head and shake its arms and say, does not compute when faced with illogical problems. If you make a decision before your brain is locked in, the doubts you were experiencing will often linger. Have you ever had that feeling before? I bought that new tiger cub at the school fundraiser, but did I really think that one through? Even good decisions made before you're ready will often not feel quite so satisfying, and likely you'll have regretted not having taken a bit more time to consider the decision. We see this regret in auction theory with the so-called winner's curse, where the winner very often feels regret for having in the heat of the moment overpaid for some item being sold at auction. If you're having doubts about a decision, whether to move forward, take a moment to explore those doubts. Write them down, talk them out with friends or an advisor or your attorney. This will help you organize your thoughts and make for easier processing. Take a night or two to sleep on the decision. Give your supercomputer brain time enough to chew through the nearly infinite possible outcomes to arrive at a single binary, yes, I'll sign, or no, I won't decision. British pilots were taught in World War II that if they ever got confused about where they were or what they should be doing next, to take a moment and wind their watches. Pause for just a moment to give their brains a chance to catch up. The idea is that when flying an airplane, there's hardly ever any benefit to just randomly taking action when you're not quite sure what you should do next. Of course, there's the hoary old saying that he who hesitates is lost. But honestly, the real need to make snap decisions on important matters is truly, truly rare. Even if you are in the business of having to make snap decisions, as in a commodities auction, for example, take some time beforehand to do the math, to game theory your moves, or to consult a Ouija board, or whatever it is you do to prepare. Show up with your decisions pre-planned and in your pocket, and you'll feel better about the results. Otherwise, if you're feeling like you're getting the bum's rush to make a quick decision about something important, take a moment to cut some bait and to wind your watch, telling an offerer in a negotiation that you need a night or two to sleep on it in itself is a very strong counteroffer. Give yourself permission to get comfortable with your choices before you choose. And if you're ever being forced to make a quick decision before you're ready, consider the grisly old wisdom of my contracts professor. When in doubt, don't. If you found this video helpful, please consider pressing the like button and subscribing. It really is a simple thing, but liking and subscribing helps feed the Google search algorithm and makes my videos so much easier to find. Thank you so much for staying to the end, for liking and subscribing. It was truly my pleasure to be here with you today. See you next time.